And my back just went out. Good Lord, I'm getting old. Welcome to the Time Treadmill. I'm Ron. And these are my sweaty, painful thoughts about Doctor Who. Alright, I'm gonna keep this short because, ow. But what kind of a ludicrous, obsessive person would I be if I didn't push through brain-searing pain just to do a YouTube video? So here we go. As I mentioned yesterday, Nightmare of Eden was a nightmare behind the scenes. So much so that when it was finally over, the entire cast and crew got t-shirts that said something like, "I survived the nightmare," or I forget the exact phrase, and I can't be bothered to look it up right now. But oddly enough, it actually turned out fairly good on screen. It's basically a drug smuggling story, and who the smuggler is readily apparent from the beginning of the story, but even for all that, I thought it was fairly well done and enjoyable. The one thing I wanted to mention that I hadn't talked about yet this season, though, is K9. K9 wasn't in the first couple of stories broadcast. He wasn't in Destiny of the Daleks or in City of Death. Sorry. Well, he did appear very briefly at the beginning of Destiny of the Daleks with laryngitis, and so Roy Skelton voiced him coughing instead of the usual voice actor. But really the main reason that happened is because the voice part for K9 was recast for this season. Instead of John Leeson, it's David Brierley, and he's, I guess, okay, but he's not K9. And, unless I'm horribly mistaken, I do believe John Leeson returns to the part next season, or at least for as long as the season's K9 is there. In case you're not aware, K9 is about to be leaving the show in, for me, about a week and a half. So, David Brierley is okay, he's fine, but he's not great, and he certainly didn't bring the same energy and commitment to the role that John Leeson did. John Leeson, when he was performing the part in studio, he was actually on his hands and knees performing the part for the actors and giving them actual physicality as well as vocal performance to react to, as opposed to David Brierley, who approached it purely as a standard voiceover gig. He sat in the control room, he voiced his part, and he collected his paycheck. And I mean, I'm sure he's a nice guy, and I'm sure if he had been K9 from the beginning, I'd like him just fine, but he's no John Leeson. So I will be happy to have him back in a couple of days. And on that note, I'm going to go take a bunch of Advil and lay down, and I will maybe see you tomorrow. Goodbye.